What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Flip Side, a Get Your Teach On podcast, where we break down, share, and challenge flip perspectives and insights on different hot topics in education.
Yeah, we do.
It up, you
Let's
guys.
go.
I am in the studio with Chris and Wade, and Josie Bensko is back with us.
Back on the flip side.
On the Flip Side couch, we said, just come on in for the whole thing since you've been here before. So we're excited to dive into today's topic. Get ready to get your feathers ruffled or unruffled. We are talking all things teacher dress code.
Yeah.
Does it have an impact or does it not matter? So we're going to see, and we're going to have a conversation about, again, the way that we are dressed. Does that impact student learning and achievement, which is obviously the end game in education? So we're excited.
I'm excited. Yeah. So, Josie, if they have not catch the first episode with you, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Okay, hi, I'm Josie. I taught sixth grade science for the last 9 years. I'm from Bloomington, Illinois, in the middle of nowhere. I'm now a STEM educator, and I'm so excited to be here again.
Yeah, welcome back. So, Josie flew in, and we were talking about her flight on the way here, and some mishaps. You actually had 2 flights. You ran through the airport.
Yeah, in Atlanta.
Didn't even get to get your coffee. There
No.
you go. I know. Tragic. I know. So I thought maybe we can start it off with a little like airport etiquette. Okay, like what do you feel in the airplane? Like some things like that. So let's start easy.
Okay.
Window seat or aisle seat, or maybe I'll have the middle. If anyone is.
Who is choosing the middle?
I don't know. I thought maybe you want to say on Brad. Maniac's in the middle. You sit in the middle seat all the time.
No,
I don't know.
Maniac's not in the middle.
Exactly. Maniac's not in the middle.
Maniac's in the window.
All right. So wait, I'm going to start with you. Window seat or aisle seat?
Aisle seat, because I don't like to, if I have to go to the bathroom, I don't want to ask someone to move out of the way for me.
Got it.
But I don't mind moving out of the way for other people.
Okay.
So
I used to be hard window,
Yeah.
but because I get claustrophobic and I need to be able to see out. But now I'm definitely, I think, more of an aisle because same reason. I don't like walking across people's legs.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a window girly. Gotta get that Instagram shot, you know? I'm kidding. I just like seeing the view and seeing everything, and I will hold it and not have to go to the bathroom, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the window, you know?
I am.
Have a baby.
I know.
I should anymore. It's coming, girl.
I am 100% window. Like I will change my like if I'm looking at flight options and there's only aisles, I won't even choose the aisle. I will choose the window only because I hate getting up for people who do have to go to the bathroom.
That is true too.
And-
That's my biggest fear.
And
That's why I hold it the whole time.
I do not go to the bathroom on the airplane unless it's like a long flight and it's like an emergency. Then I'll even wait until the people leave.
you don't hate it enough, because if you hate it enough, you don't want to be that inconvenient for others. So that's why I sit on the
literally
aisle.
won't. I won't even ask them to move. I will wait until they get up and then go, or I will just hold it. Like
That's
it
true,
has never
too.
been a problem in my life.
But if you
before,
can't hold it, oh yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
But if something, you never know.
well,
you get older.
It's
40.
So far, so good. So
40,
far, so good.
40.
But
No,
I'm not. And then some people don't even ask you to get up. They just do the awkward thing where they like either like crawl over you with their like crotch or butt. Like either way is a bad option. Like your crotch in your face or butt in your face, and they don't even ask you to move. They're just like, let me get over you like this. And
I've got, so let's do an etiquette one. Let's do an etiquette question. All right. So you're on the airplane, right?
I know what you're gonna say.
Me too. This
Me
is what happened
too.
today.
I already know.
Are you
I don't
sure?
know because
Yes.
just the other day that guy leaned over, like
No, this is maybe. I don't know. No.
the guy on the plane who
I thought it was when get
you
deboarding.
literally like had to box him out to let me and mom.
Oh, that's a different. So this is just the first etiquette.
Yeah.
No. This first etiquette. So, and it's a pet peeve of mine too. So windows, right? Everyone's got their windows shut.
Yeah.
Someone has their window
that is
open,
a huge.
but it's kind of in the middle between you and the person behind you. But the person behind you is responsible for shutting it.
Do you open it or do you, yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Because everyone on the plane is closed.
Correct.
Like,
And
what are we
then
doing
if it's
here?
like a sunrise sunset situation where
It's
the sun is
horrible.
coming in that side.
That's another benefit of being at the window because you could determine that the window is
Control what I'm
down.
doing.
Yeah.
One time someone said, oh, can you open the window for takeoff? And I'm like, I have my AirPods in every time on the plane, even if they're not charged and not working. It's just like, oh, I can't hear you. Like there might be no music playing.
See, I will do that
completely
because
ignore that person.
Hope
Not-
used to be that
no.
way. She's very anxious about cost, and she had to have that window.
Well, then you should have bought the window seat. You should have chosen the window seat for your flight. If you needed that window open, you should have gotten the window seat in a different row, and you could have been in control.
Anyways,
That's how I feel
so
about it.
going back to my question, the etiquette.
Yeah.
The window's kind of halfway between you and the person behind you.
Yeah.
Do you open it, close it? Everyone else is closed.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I would just close
close it.
Yeah.
I would touch it.
You would just sit there.
Yeah.
I don't care. I have no shame.
Yeah, probably. would
kind of shame.
fit.
But my pet peeve, and I think this is where Josie is going, and I'm curious to hear her story a little
Oh,
bit.
I know where this is.
When the plane, the ding comes up when you finally get to the gate, and people, and this happens always in Atlanta because here's the thing in Atlanta, everyone has a connecting flight. Okay, literally, it is a hub. If it's Delta, almost everyone on that flight is connecting somewhere. So people from the back of the plane run to the front, like no one else is a connecting. Dude, we all have another flight to get to. But I'm curious to hear your story of what happened today. I'm assuming it's something like that.
That's exactly what happened today. It's when you get to the gate and then everyone immediately takes their seatbelts off. Everyone stands up.
Yes, where are you
getting
going?
in the aisle, trying to get your bag. There's nowhere to go. They haven't even opened the doors yet.
Yes.
And so I hate when the people behind you try to go in.
That's the part that's annoying.
There
They
is a
try to get in front of
rule,
you.
Just like in school, you
Correct.
follow the line, you go row by row, and then I was waiting because the people in front of me were just getting off, and there was this guy behind me trying to budge in front of me. And so what did I do? I was like,
Yeah, you box them out. Didn't you?
"You're not doing that. That's not how this works."
Exactly.
I have a connecting flight too.
Yes,
Yeah. I'm running to my flight just like you are.
Yeah, that is also why I like the window seat because that is so annoying either for boarding or deboarding when you're in the aisle and everyone is like smacking past you to try to get past. I'm like, get your nasty self away from me. In the window, I can just like be in my own little cocoon and like not have to worry about.
I did this the other day when we got back to Atlanta because it's all four of us. So myself, Maverick, and then across the other side of the aisle is Hope and her mom. And we're deboarding. They're up on their side. We're up on our side. And we start to edge out into the little walkway. And this man, like Maverick and I are out. This man is jumping in front of me and my family.
41. I saw him because he came from
As I'm literally watching a UFC fight, cheering on what I'm like, you mess with the wrong person today, sir. Like, rude, not nice.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Now we know
Because somebody's watching a UFC fight doesn't.
Yeah. So Josie and I really could not sit next to each other because we would need someone. We would have to be front and back so we could both be the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when my mom and I fly together, she has to have the aisle because she goes to the bathroom every 5 minutes. So there's like someone in the middle of us.
Oh no way! A stranger.
Except no, we went to London and Paris last year, and that was her first time ever flying internationally. So I sacrificed.
And sat in the middle. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know if I would. Oh my gosh, that is funny. I love that. But we're excited to dive into today's episode. It is all about teacher dress code. When we think about hot topics, this is a hot one. This is like hot and hot off the stove.
I'm sure we'll get lots of comments about this one.
Exactly. Teacher dress code, is it something that should be strictly enforced? I know there's a variety of different requirements for different schools, different areas, even different grade levels and kind of middle school to high school and things like that. So I just want to open it up. So who wants to start? Teacher dress code. Personally, what's the dress code? What was the dress code at your school for teachers?
Okay, so I remember I student taught in the district that I'm currently working in right now.
Okay.
So I've been in it technically for 10 years. And when I student taught in a third grade classroom. And at that particular school, in the same exact district, all the teachers dressed up. Like I'm talking dresses, heels, skirts. I went home one weekend from college and I was like, Mom, we got to go to J. Crew Factory. Like, I need these skirts that every factory. Yeah, we're on a budget here.
I know that look.
I need these skirts that everyone is buying. It's the button up, the collared, the like high heeled booties. And that's what I wore during student teaching.
The high heel booties.
Yeah.
Third grade. Yeah.
my God.
And then it was, you could only wear jeans on Fridays and you had to wear a school t-shirt. Well, I'm a student teacher. I had one school t-shirt and I wore that every Friday so that I could wear jeans.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how it started. And then my first year teaching, I walked into this junior high and it was a lot more casual. Not anything like I would traditionally wear right now, but it was definitely more casual than the elementary school in my same district. So in our district, we don't have a teacher dress code. Actually, like it's not you can never wear jeans, you can't wear leggings or anything like that. But I vividly remember during the student teaching, Gloria Jameson, shout out, she was our supervising teacher and she said, I better not be able to see up it, through it, down it, in it. Those are the rules. And to this day,
Say those again.
can't see up it.
Up it.
It's too short. You can't see down it. so
Down it.
Too low. Can't see through it.
Got it. Okay.
Up it, through it, down it. And I don't know why I said
You did
but
say
yeah.
you did say them all.
That's
before,
what I was a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay.
To this day, I mean, I still follow those rules. I just
Easy.
wear leggings and jeans while also following those rules. Yeah.
Easy.
But yeah, so then I feel like it transitioned during COVID.
I agree. I do agree with that.
That is when teachers kind of became more casual. And I totally understand. Every time I would post me wearing jeans on like a Tuesday or leggings with an oversized sweatshirt that would cover my butt, people would be like, how can you possibly wear that? We are not allowed to wear that. And that is because in my district, there just is no teacher dress code.
Yeah. For me, similar in that is different in different areas. So when I started teaching, student teaching, very not formal, but definitely not casual either. Kind of the Fridays is for jeans and a school shirt. But for a guy, I mean, it is a lot easier for a guy because you can literally wear different shirts and slacks and like change out different options very easily. But like a polo would fly if I wanted to rock a polo at the time.
Same.
Through a phase of a polo. Usually, typically just like a button up, but no tie. Like that was not a thing that I did my first few years teaching. Could be khakis, could be like a dark jean even, like with a shirt tucked in the belt. That was kind of the vibe.
Or black jeans.
Black jeans could get ready for it. And that was kind of the beginning of my career. Then when I taught in Harlem in New York, it was if I don't have a tie on, I would be sent home. And one time I forgot, I thought I had a tie at school because a lot of us, New York, it's snowing, it's raining. We would basically finish getting dressed at school because you can't put on your shoes. You can't the girls would finish getting dressed. So I would leave some ties there. And I was like, oh, I definitely have the navy tie there because I couldn't find it at home. Didn't have the tie. My principal literally was like, no, you're going to have to go home. There was no special event, no special day.
Did the kids wear uniforms?
Our kids had uniforms as well. So the expectation, and if they were at a dress code, that was like a thing. So I literally had to borrow and I remember this right now, from Eric Villanova. He was a assistant teacher across the hall. He had an extra tie in his like backpack or something. It matched nothing I was wearing. I had like,
but it was a tie.
It was like a bright, it would look terrible, but I was wearing a tie all day, like at recess with my tie, because or else I would have to go home, come back. Like that was just ridiculous of that. But yeah, it was super formal, and we won't get into the benefits of it yet, but that's just kind of my experience with dress code.
I think that was just formal compared to what we had our
Correct. Yours was like black tie, basically.
Oh, starting my career. Oh my gosh. First of all, I just think back to it. Dance goes.
You had
it. Like,
what are your dance codes?
Everybody.
Isn't that what nurses wear?
Yeah. But that's what you would wear.
What
like
is
that.
it?
Dance goes.
What is that?
They basically are a clog.
They look like clogs.
And you would wear that?
Yes.
Everyone.
Everyone did. It was like a thing.
The boys?
No,
Girls.
girls. All the.
But like, especially if they're very like therapeutic for your feet.
Because you're sitting your feet all day.
So it's all about comfort, right? And so, but I will just say that, so it was always more dressy, but like slacks, shirt. I never wore dresses because I student taught in first grade. There's dance goes, guys. Be jealous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Everyone had them. All the female teachers had them.
Oh, wow.
So I never wore
It looks
dresses.
like you're about to go clocking me, leprechauns.
It does. They're expensive too.
They
They
are.
are.
Wow.
But I never wore dresses because I was in first grade student teaching. And so I was like always in the floor and I just couldn't make that happen. But I just have to tell a story about dance goes. So I was in first grade. I was teaching with one of my mom's best friends. Her name was Carol Walker. She's one of the best first grade teachers I've ever known to this day. And
Is that your doctor's wife?
Yeah.
No way. I know that their doctor is Dr. Walker because it's like the thing in South Carolina. Everyone's like, gotta go to Dr. Walker. So it's just,
that's funny.
that's
Oh, he's the man. He is.
yeah.
That is good.
So anyways, it was into the school year and we had to go to the records room and get some stuff done. And so I was in the records room and then Miss Carol, she had to go and I was about to call her Miss Walker and I was like, that is not, that's not what I call her. So Carol walked away and I was in the records room and I was looking for helping her get the files. And all of a sudden I start smelling something and I'm like, this records room is old funky. Like, what is happening? And so then I'm continuing to get the record and I smell it. It smells like dog poop. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do they not like clean this place? Like, what is happening? And dance goes have this huge hill on the back of them. And they have this slope that almost like provides this perfect crack.
Therapeutic.
Therapeutic. And I picked my shoe up and there was a full-on human turd.
Human?
So, yes. It had come from the classroom.
No.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it was tucked up in first grade.
Anything can happen, and that's not uncommon.
Not uncommon. That's like maybe one of the easiest things that I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But sure enough, and I was like, I don't know that dance goes are the shoes. So anyways, my student teaching and even into my first year, I mean, it was always, again, more dressy, professional, not like super dressy, but
Our district was professional.
Yeah,
so you couldn't wear jeans, no black jeans.
Jeans not even on Fridays.
You have to pay for jeans?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. We had to pay for
That
jeans.
is.
Eventually, it was like school T-shirt on Friday. You wear jeans. But yeah, like when I started, it was Like
Yeah.
new
Then we
polo.
obviously taught at Ron Clark Academy. It was full on suits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't just tie. Like I didn't have a suit jacket. Yeah, it was go to suit supply.
That's where I went when I transitioned to RCA. That's where I had to go to
Macy's or
J. Crew Factory. Yeah, I was like, I've got to have blazers and skirts and high heels. And like when we started RCA, I think it's changed a little bit since. It was stiletto. Like
How did you do it? How did you feel after a full day?
miserable.
That's what I don't understand.
Miserable.
That's why I
gosh.
understand the professional. I get it, but just realistically, how
It was
So let's break it out. Let's break it down both sides.
Suit,
I would be sweating all day.
jacket,
Yeah.
tie, like to the nines.
Yeah.
Tailored suits too.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, it was like
Yeah, buddy.
I don't own hardly see now.
expensive, and we don't get paid.
Very expensive.
Right, that is correct. Yeah, dress code. The cost.
So
what that would look
my first year there, the school actually bought you 2 suits
Yeah.
to start out with. So it was the expectation, but they allowed us to do that. So.
Yeah,
then
in a
also-
public school that would never happen for dress code and things like that.
A little bit, like
Yeah.
the times.
And I think that every teacher kind of goes through that like evolution of their, because I remember like my last few years teaching before becoming an administrator, like I was pushing the button a little bit of like, this is like, I knew the days where I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do it. But I'd be like, I can do the jeans with a button. Like it would like kind of rock it. And I think that's just as you continue at a school and you feel comfortable, things like that, it like changes. But let's go through kind of both sides of it. So let's go through casual side first, because I think a lot of teachers,
As far as the impact, you mean that that you see or notice with kids?
correct, and like rightfully so, would push for why does it, and I see this all the time, why does it matter if we should be able to wear jeans every day? We should do whatever we want, like in the classroom, like, which I do see the point of, especially like you're up and down, the comfortability. So what do you think are kind of the both sides of that, of the comfortability, like a casual kind of look for dress code?
Let me say this, and then I like to listen. But I think a lot of it, a lot of the rules, whatever the policies are, is because someone has messed up along the way.
Yeah,
and
that's
you can't trust it. And I think a lot of us too respect we're very loyal. We respect authority and all of those things. But
Somebody got
someone's
to
messed it
for
up.
everybody.
Someone's ruined it for somebody else. That's why it's a rule. So that's all I'm going to say.
So
Yeah, I can start. I
Yeah.
just want to say, if it were a rule that I wasn't allowed to wear jeans or anything, obviously I would follow it.
correct,
I feel like
obviously, yeah.
I
think
feel like
everyone
people
correct.
think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm just a rebel breaking the
Yeah,
rules
well,
every
people
day,
say that on
but-
social media. When
Yeah.
like, how can you wear
Yes.
like, yeah,
I'm like, do you really think I'm getting written up every day?
Yeah,
Like, what?
it's
because you're so
I'm the
trendy,
biggest
that's
people
why.
pleaser in the whole
Correct.
world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely following.
Yeah.
And I think I think first of all, people should not judge people what they wear in the classroom
Yeah.
because their school is different than your school. So just because your school doesn't allow you to do
Environment,
that does not mean that that's not the vibe at that school.
Yeah.
So there's different climates. Like teaching in Florida is very different than
Right.
teaching in New York, in New York
And
City.
just like I
So
said earlier, this school that a student taught at, it's the same exact district, but the vibe there, all the teachers dressed up more. The vibe at my school is very, very casual. So I feel like whatever building you teach at, whatever district you teach at, you go with the flow.
Yeah, and you kind of
Pretty much
blend
what
with
everyone
else is doing.
So if I do wear leggings, my butt is not showing. Like
Yeah.
I wear something long enough to cover my butt. You know what I mean? But my personal opinion, obviously, everyone would probably assume that I am for team casual for the most part
Yes.
at this point. But COVID definitely changed my attitude about that. But I'm team casual because what I'm wearing doesn't impact how I'm teaching or what I'm teaching.
Well, you've
or
seen
the
both
content.
extremes too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
did you notice anything with how your students responded to you in a different way than, when you were all dressed up versus when you're casual?
I will say no, like 100% honestly, no. I can totally see how dressing professional and dressing up, like there's true boundaries. Like I am the adult, you are the student,
Yeah.
the respect thing, that for sure. But I feel like with the relationships that I build with my kids, I can get that no matter what I'm wearing. You know what I mean? And so for my personal opinion, it was just I'm more comfortable wearing these things. And so me being more comfortable, I'm going to be happier and I'm going to be a better teacher, as silly as that sounds. But this year, I feel like I was a little bit too casual probably, and I do want to get back to dressing up just a little bit, not the, skirts and high heels,
6 inch,
but just like a little bit more or a little bit more dressy than the,
Yeah.
sweatshirt that I would
J.
wear.
Crew Factory.
Sorry, J. Crew Factory. Do not sponsor.
When's the last time y'all went to J. Crew Factory? Maybe you go and it's really amazing now. Again.
Abercrombie did come back around. Full circle.
Abercrombie is it. Let me tell you.
Well, not this, but
Every-
my entire outfit.
I mean, this might, I don't know, might be.
Yeah. So here's the other side of it though, because I think, is it more of a generational thing? Do we notice that more of like, because you even think about church, right? Like I'll talk about my dad personally. My dad is very like, when it comes to very old school, very traditional, still even yet when we go to church and, you know, at our church, you can wear anything. You could obviously dress up and wear a prom dress if that's what you wanted, but you can also wear jeans or sweatpants or whatever you want to wear. And so even when he goes to visit our church or we attend church here, he will still dress up. So I'm wondering like who's really, is it a generational side against one another, like casual versus dressy? Is it more of a generational thing, or is it more of if teachers want to be seen as professionals, they need to dress as professionals, but then who's determining the definition of professional?
Right. So
Yeah, and I think also it kind of depends on your school, because if your students have a dress code, which maybe it's not a uniform, but it's a dress code. Maybe it's like a lot of schools in Florida districts, the dress code is collared shirt of these different colors, right? So if the kids are wearing their collared shirt and they're in uniform, and you are, as a teacher, keeping track in uniform, and that's a whole nother conversation of student uniforms and what the pros and cons of that and things like that. And then you're coming in wearing a teacher tee every single day. What is that like?
why are you looking at me, Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, but they can't wear
Did
their.
you say your kids are uniforms or no?
No, they're not. But I'm saying if it is, so it really is situational of what that looks like. That's not the vibe. Like, why can't they wear their Nike shirt if you're gonna wear it like that and things like that?
I hate to even say this. I probably get a little bit of hate for it, but I feel like my attitude towards dressing up for school has changed as my attitude towards education.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like it matches your mood essentially.
Yes, I hate to say that, but that's the truth.
But do I think that my students responded to me differently when I was in a very business style outfit versus jeans? Absolutely not.
No.
Really?
I didn't think my kids responded to me any.
That's how I would think, but I never did like the actual suit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm curious to know what Wade.
Yeah.
I do not feel like, now again, obviously when we worked at RCA, it was uniform. Students were in specific uniforms. So like you said, it would be very odd if I showed up with blue jeans and then you're holding a different standard for students than you are for teachers.
And the consistency of the building. So if like one day you showed up and you're just like chilling it in jeans and things, they're like, okay, what? Or like maybe the opposite. So if you were casual every day and then one day you show up and for me it would be like a tie and a jacket and they're like, whoa, what's going on? Like, things like that.
I remember
like open house or something.
I was trying to dress cute and I wore jeans and a teacher t-shirt and a blazer. And my kids were like, do you have an interview? Like, what are you doing? Just because I had the blazer on.
Yeah,
like, that was
exactly.
It. Yeah,
they're more concerned about that than anything. Yeah.
Do you notice a difference with?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all around me a lot, teaching wise, at least for the past 2-3 years. So, I mean, what do I typically go to? What's my like teach? Like if I show up to a school to teach,
You're in a suit, buddy.
I'm in a suit and a tie. And it's just, I don't know. Again, going back to your point, like I feel good. Like if I feel good, I'm gonna.
So is it then a more personal thing?
Also, you and I have learned that it depends because all of us, I think. Yeah, you too. I mean, we've been working in Indiana, the state, across, and we're working with different schools, different communities. Like we were talking about, I may wear a suit here at this school. Students relate to me well over there. If I show up in a suit over here at this school, those kids are going to look at me like I have two heads.
Yeah.
And, so
and also they look at you
true.
in a different light than their teachers. So like when we're going into other people's schools, like if the teachers are in a casual vibe, I want to match that vibe for them because I'm their equal here. I'm not. It's like when the district would come to your school and you're like, oh, look at all those people in their suits walking around. That is not the vibe I'm going for. So I want to match that.
But also, I mean, yes, I mean that's at the very beginning when we start filling these schools out. But then we're there consistently. I mean, even at those schools, that I would be like, oh, I need to lack off a little. No, I would change what I wore. Sometimes I wore these shoes and jeans and a button up.
But to go back, like, do you think you're looking more at the climate and culture of the school for your dress that they respond to? Or do you think it's that, okay, anytime you put on a suit, students are going to respond to you with better energy, effort, attitude?
No.
Because I think clothes have, well, I will take, let me
yeah.
I think clothes have very little to do with that and your energy, consistency, the way that you carry yourself.
100%.
I don't.
But also, okay, I'll hear you out. But also, I think that there is, unfortunately, the complete opposite side. When you do get casual, I've seen people show up in sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Oh, I've seen more
Every
of
day.
some teachers than I ever hope to
And
see
then to me,
in my life.
that's a little.
And that's where it pushes the button.
Yeah.
That's then not looking
That's my-
professional. At all.
Correct.
That's what I'm.
'Cause
That's
I
my
think you
point.
can be casual professional.
Yeah, there's a difference between showing up and being ready for work, professional, and still casual. Like this is
Nice
casual to me.
Yes,
Even if you had a teacher
exactly.
tee, still like casual because you're ready for school and looking like you just rolled out of bed.
Not sloppy.
Honestly, like that's like
Or
a
like
difference.
wet
Hair
hair.
unbrushed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my point. Clothes do matter. It depends on if
It's like,
if,
what's the fine line?
right. What's the fine like?
And what's that person's definition?
And for me, I'm just speaking for me. I know 100% if I have a button up and if I have slacks on, that at least I'm not gonna walk in there looking like I rolled out of bed. Like I don't have to wear a suit or anything, but I do think you shouldn't be rolling into school with Crocs on and huge baggy sweatpants and an
Yeah,
oversized.
I agree with that part.
And we have seen that.
Yeah.
And the level of excellence, I'm sorry, that's not a level of excellence.
Yeah, if you want to be
take
treated
time.
as a professional, you should just dress. I mean, it's still professional, but like,
Correct.
at least like take some effort into it. It's,
Yeah.
Whether it's jeans, not jeans, whatever the school climate is, that is you're
Well,
doing.
maybe then this might not be the right way to say it. Maybe then there's a difference between sloppy
I think that's what
and
it
put
is.
together because
Yeah,
typically
sloppy,
if you're
dirty.
walking in sloppy, then and then it just so happens that it matches your classroom and your class
And your vibe, and that's
your vibe is
that could be
sloppy.
it.
Even as,
and you're slow to start, and then that has a tremendous.
as
Yeah, like
business
messy.
people will be like, how do you have time to like put makeup on and do your hair every single day? And to me, that is what makes me feel ready for the day and makes me feel put together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know there are a ton of teachers that show up no makeup and no hair at all, and they
Right,
just have
and
their
they
hair
look-
up, and they're still killer
and they look
teachers.
fabulous.
And that's no
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
It's just everyone.
So I think a lot of it too is maybe even more so, and this is why it's so hard for schools and districts.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
because it's really left up to how do you show up best? And so if they go to a casual dress code, then you do have some people who are going to show up like you,
Yeah.
who's put together, clean, got your hair done, not saying you have to have those things done, but you have dressed in a way that you are like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm put together. Let's go. Let's hit this work. We're going to get it done. We have a climate of excellence in our classroom. But then someone else's version of casual is, again, sloppy, messy. So then they're going to show up sloppy. But then on the flip side of that, if they require dressy, they can still be sloppy in their dressy clothes and
Right.
still show up sloppy.
Correct.
So I feel like it's all the way you carry yourself, and your dress is a part of how you carry yourself. So unfortunately, it's just hard because I can understand why districts wouldn't want to go full casual because people take advantage of that. And those people are still looking sloppy on dressy days.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think like when I taught first grade, teaching in slacks or a suit is going to hinder my performance in the room because I am literally
Right?
all
For sure.
over.
Yeah.
Like, I,
Yeah,
one time
yeah.
I split my pants completely.
Yeah.
Had no backup. Literally had to staple the crotch of my pants to make it through the rest of the day because there was no other option of what to wear. So I do think it depends on like a high school, middle school teacher. Maybe you're okay with that kind of dressier look and that works for you for the flexibility of it. But it kind of depends on what you're doing, the students you teach, and also, like
Maybe
you
there
said,
should be more specifics instead of just having to use these terms that have been around for ages of casual or dressy. Maybe it needs to be more of what does it look like? And it's a shame. I know, like, why do we have to tell adults this? But also, like, what does it look like to be put together?
yeah.
How would
Yeah.
you say, like, I don't know.
It is sad that we have to talk about that. Well, and I also think, you know, you and I love TikTok and I love watching outfit videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'm on the side of TikTok of like the New York girlies going to their corporate office.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
Those are my friends, probably. No, I'm just kidding.
and I feel like even that, according to the comments, because, you know, I've never been a business girl in New York, according to the comments, what they're wearing is way more casual than what it was 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Correct.
To me, that's super, super dressy. So
Yeah.
is it a generational thing? Is it kind of shifting with the times?
I think everything has shifted with the times. I mean, look back in the 1920s at what people used to wear compared to what they wear now. But then also it comes back full circle. And then, I mean, even going back to church, like I wear a hat to church, and
Well,
some people don't.
And maybe
but
this is, I mean,
I won't wear it to school.
and
but
it's
I want
not to, I hope does not come across as shaming anyone because that
No,
would never be my
this is just
intention
us.
with this. But I know a lot of times what we have learned, even with adults and our team, and some people on our team like actually ask for this. they're like, I want to see explicitly what it looks like and explicitly what it doesn't.
Yeah.
So really being clear on, even if it's going to be a casual day, this is what professional casual looks like. This is what it does not look like. So that people have, okay, I can, dress professionally casual but still have boundaries. I feel like just by saying casual, you eliminate all boundaries because casual means something different to every single person versus still having some boundaries in place for what that looks like. Because even with dressy, I feel like sometimes people need to be told what dressy looks like and what messy looks like.
Even for like weddings or like things like that, I'm like
people wearing jeans to a wedding.
I need to know the vibe. Like I need to know what is there. And I know people now for weddings are like, give you a color palette and like you have to, and like all the extremes there. But
that tight, but
some are some are very. My friends are tight. It's like you must wear these 4 colors to my wedding. But
for me, like that's great that you wear those 4 colors. But if you wearing a baggy suit, that's almost worse than not wearing the right color.
Exactly.
Like
it's the
definition of
doing it. But knowing kind of the environment you're going into, what you're going to be doing there, and having that expectation, like Hope said, is super helpful. I know as a student, I went to Catholic school. I loved wearing a uniform every single day. It was dressy. I wore a tie every single day.
You didn't have to think about it.
We had blazers every single day, and I felt good. I didn't have to think about it. And I was like, oh, we're like, I probably took the most pictures in high school just because we liked our uniform. I mean, it's Catholic school uniform, so it's like cool, trendy, but
3 nieces, they go to school in Chicago and they have to wear uniforms, and it's the easiest thing for my brother and sister-in-law. As parents, they don't have to make any decisions. It's you are wearing this.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe we should move to like polos for teachers. I don't know. No.
I think as you can see, we can't really come up with an exact definition.
No.
And there won't ever be.
No, but I think we can all agree that if you are allowed to wear jeans on Friday, do not make a teacher pay.
Why? We can all agree.
I don't care if it's
hot take. There's your hot take.
I understand if it's going to a cause. I totally get that, but teachers don't make money anyways. Why are we making them pay $5?
For jeans.
Wear jeans.
Yeah, it's okay.
Come on.
That should be a nationwide thing. That Fridays are for jeans, but also don't shame other people for what they're wearing. Like just mind your business. Like literally mind your business. Your school is different than their school and things like that.
I knew today we weren't going to come and find a solution for
Absolutely
this, but we just wanted to have fun with it and have a fun conversation. But I also think just be careful what you're giving a lot of your frustration and energy to because they're bigger fish to fry, obviously.
It's always fun to talk about. I feel like anytime I post an outfit, somebody has some comment like, I wish I could wear that, or you can wear that, or I can wear that too. It's just so different wherever you are.
Yeah, but maybe you should just and if you don't care, then just have a Monday outfit, a Tuesday outfit, Wednesday outfit, Thursday, Friday, and repeat. Well, thank you, Josie, once again for joining us. If they want to follow you, tell them where they can follow you on social media.
Maniacs in the Middle on Instagram and Josie Bensko on TikTok.
Awesome. Make sure you tune in every Monday for a brand new episode. But until then, we'll catch you on the flip side.